Hey everybody, we are going to do well, another quick movie review. So this time it's going to be Youngblood from 1978, directed by Noel Nosek, starring Brian O'Neill and Lawrence Hilton-Jacobs from Welcome Back, Kotter. And there's music by the R&B group War. Sorry, excuse me. So this movie is a coming-of-age drama featuring a young man growing up in a tough neighborhood who finds himself joining a street gang. The movie explores his uncertain feelings and his conflicts with his family. So basically, a young man named Michael is being raised by a frustrated single mother in a poor neighborhood in Los Angeles. After being threatened by some neighborhood tough guys, his friend introduces him to a local street gang. The older members tease Michael for being so small and they nickname him Youngblood, but he shows eagerness and ability to work his way into the group. Michael develops a relationship with the leader of the group, Ramel, that parallels and kind of contrasts with that of his older brother, Reggie, who appears to be successful. Later, we learn that the brother has secrets of his own. We see Michael slash Youngblood engage in several fights and criminal acts, and he gains the respect of the gang, but he is uncertain about his place in the world. And as he gets in deeper with the gang and their activities, the more his conflict grows, and ultimately his path leads to kind of a tragic end. So, this movie came out towards the end of the black exploitation trend of the 70s. So these were mostly low budget and independent films that starred majority black casts and mostly, although not exclusively, focused on black urban life. While many of the films tried to be sincere explorations of this demographic, many more just simply exploited urban stereotypes. And at the same time that many of the films depicted hood life in a negative light or with some demeaning stereotypes were getting criticized, there were other films such as Claudine, Uptown Saturday Night, Hero Ain't Nothing But a Sandwich, etc., that were attempts to do something more sensitive. Here, Youngblood attempts to have a more empathetic look at conditions and conflicts that young people in these environments might face. So, like I said, excuse me, Youngblood is a low budget film, but it is decently made. The print I saw looked pretty good. I wouldn't have mind have seen what they could have done with a slightly better production values and expanded script. It has mostly, plausible or believable dialogue. The movie does do an okay job at showing Michael's inner conflict. He seems to be a kind young man who wants to move forward in the world, but he's swayed by the older kids who have presence in the neighborhood, and they offer him camaraderie and a purpose that he doesn't otherwise have. Brian O'Dell does do a good job as Michael slash Youngblood. He's sensitive, assertive, and believable in the role. The movie shows an interesting chemistry between O'Dell and most of the cast, but the pairing of O'Dell and Lawrence really works well. Lawrence Hilton Jacobs, again, pretty good as the slightly older guy that's the leader of the gang. He's slightly menacing, but he's also able to show regret and compassion. And I'd say there's actually a couple of really nice scenes between Lawrence, who plays the character named Romel, and his wife, that explores his struggles as an older man who's still kind of hanging out with a teenage gang as a way to compensate for not being a great husband. So I'd actually say maybe three-fourths of the movie is a good, solid enough social drama, but then the climax takes a side turn into a kind of action movie thriller territory. So to kind of wrap it up, Youngblood, while not a masterpiece, it is a pretty enjoyable low budget drama. It's a coming of age film, excuse me, dealing with gangs and hard choices with okay acting and a decent enough script. And while it's not as complex as it could have been, it is an entertaining movie and somewhat touching. Okay, so I guess that's it. I've got to thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. You guys have a great day. Thank you. Oh, oh Jesus, what happened here? There we go.